Alright, here we are once again with part 4 of Musical Layers. And lunch. So, I say lunch because it's green food. A salad. So, alright. So where we left off, we were attempting to mix the right levels for each sound. And I mentioned that volume and pan are the two. Volume, pan, and actually EQ are your tools of choice for mixing. They're the ones that help you to achieve a great mix. And then beyond that, you can add special effects, and there are different plugins for EQs and so on and so forth. I'm going to be using mostly stock today because my Scarlett plugin suite is not completely activated. So, I wanted to experiment a little bit with panning on the strings. Now, we can normally do this in the track over here with this pan knob, but I thought that I will go ahead and do it here because this is where the instruments are. It'll be easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to play slightly pan the instruments. Immediately you see an issue there because one is louder than the other, so the panning is not as even as it could be. So, but just to be extreme, let's, because this is how you find out what things do, let's go ahead and we'll just solo the strings. We'll see, and we'll do an extreme pan and see what it sounds like. Liking that so far. Let's play it again. Let's reactivate our horns. Actually, it's requesting that I restart Contact because of the sample rate change. Let's go ahead and do that very quickly. Easiest way is to restart Reaper. Yes, thank you. We are aware of this. You never know what's going to happen when you start working on a project. Okay. Good. Okay. I'll start those horns again. Remove. Add. Okay. Now what did I use last time? I think I used the brass quartet. Yes. Okay, let's listen and see if those are loud enough. Now, I noticed the organ didn't sound too bad out at that distance, so let me listen again with concentration. Concentrate on it. There we go. It sounds good, doesn't it? Which has nothing to do with me, it's the painting. Okay. Now, the reason that's working nicely is because if we go back to the strings, and when we look at where the louder strings are on the left here, and then the softer strings are on the right, and the organ is playing a similar chord progression, and we put the organ also on the right with a softer string, so it adds a bit of width to the sound without getting cluttered. So that adds some nice space into the mix. So now, what else shall we do with this? Okay. Start again and listen. Oh, that was the end of the piano part, so let's bring the piano back. Okay. So that is the middle section. Now I'm curious, if we were to add a little bit more of that flute, let's come back to the flute. So I have to see, we have quite a bit of tone happening here. So I don't want to add anything that's unnecessary. It's going to crowd the mix, but let's see. That's fine on its own, at least for now. So let's see if let's unsolo everything and go back to the beginning. Kind of look at that. Oh, before I go any further, just want to take a look at my settings here. Make sure I remember them. Okay. Dynamics at about 75. Okay. And using the brass quartet essential. Okay. So I like the way that's sitting right there in the mix. Between the... And in fact, I should go ahead and rename this brass quartet. Because otherwise I'm not going to know what I did. Contact, that's not very enlightening. In fact, I'm going to take this section and I'm going to render this out because I want to just have a reference for what that sounds like. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to override it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's doing the whole thing. Oh, it's doing a time selection. Okay, I didn't need to do that. All right. Just override it. Hopefully it kept the dynamics right where they were. Let's listen to it. Now, the flute sounds like part of the brass section, kind of. And I like that idea of mixing brass with a woodwind, so I'll keep that in mind as one of my go-to sounds. Okay, there's a few timing things that could be fixed in there. But other than that, I'm liking the way that sounds. Okay, from the top. I'll just do the beginning section maybe to about here. All there, but what I want to make sure is that the compressor is working for this particularly loud sound, which I think comes in here. So it's not loud there, but it does get louder near the end, so let's listen to that. seems to be working, but there's distortion coming from somewhere else in the mix. But we will deal with that in the next part of Musical Layers. Thanks again for watching, and you can check out the previous version of the track, and I'll put the links to that. And yeah, see you next time.